I'm heading to Bursa for the first time and I decided to take the ferry. Join me on my 2-day weekend adventure. Since I live on the Asian side of Istanbul, I got the ferry from Kadıköy. As you can see, you'll need to walk all the way to the end of the pier until you can see the Ido dock. To get to the Bursa ferry, you'll need to purchase a ticket with either Ido or Gudo. You can easily purchase a ticket on the website and you'll receive a digital ticket with a QR code. Each company has a different port in Bursa, so keep that in mind. I use Ido, so you'll see information for the Ido Bursa port. The boat itself is very nice and comfortable. Your ticket does include an assigned seat, so don't just sit anywhere. The ferry has two levels. For this journey, I sat on the main level. This particular route stops in Yenikapı and Armutlu before reaching the final destination of Bursa. The whole journey from Kadıköy to Bursa took about 2.5 hours. There is a small snack bar if you get hungry, but I just brought some snacks from Kadıköy before I left. Once you arrive at the Bursa port, you'll notice that you're still kind of far from the actual city of Bursa. So I took a white minibus to Koro Park, which is a shopping mall, but more importantly, has a metro stop that connects to the city center. From here, I got a Bursa card, which works the same as the Istanbul card. The machines are very easy to use, and you can purchase a card with either cash or card. The metro in Bursa is called the Bursaray, and there are only two lines, so it's very easy to use. I arrived in Bursa in the late afternoon, so I just dropped my bags at my hotel and then headed out to the city center. The first stop was the Grand Bazaar. It is closed on Sunday, so I just wanted to check it out before it closed on Saturday night. The majority of the shops were jewelry and gold stores. There were a few antique stores, but not a huge variety. Surrounding the bazaar, there are a ton of textile shops, particularly towels, but the main reason I came to Bursa was for silk. And the best place to get silk is in Kozahan, which used to be part of the Silk Road. It was built in 1491. In the courtyard of Kozahan is an elevated mosque along with a number of cafes where you can sit and relax with tea or coffee. There are over 100 shops selling silk, cashmere, wool, and jewelry. I was looking for silk pillowcases, which I found in the first store that we explored.
Hangisini soruyorsun acaba? Gri olan en başta 900 lira.
After my shopping adventure, it was time for dinner, and even though Bursa is famous for Iskandar, I opted for Indian food, which honestly was an excellent choice. The next day, I had an early start, leaving my hotel at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. I stopped by Espresso Lab for a coffee before heading back into the center on the metro. The metro, by the way, costs 20 lira for each ride, and it's this bright lime green color on the outside. Since Bursa is located near the mountains, it is cold at night and hot during the day, which made it difficult to pack for autumn. So, a little history about Bursa. While I was there, I noticed a lot of things named Osman Ghazi, which is who the statue is of in the center. Osman Ghazi has a significant importance in Bursa because he was the founder of the Ottoman state, and Bursa was the first capital of the Ottoman Empire before Istanbul. You can actually find his tomb in Bursa, which is where I was heading. To get to Tapane Park, you'll need to walk up some stairs. Unfortunately, the escalator was broken at the time, but it's not a problem since this is basically my life walking up and down hills in Istanbul. Once you reach the park, there are a couple of things to see, one of them being the clock tower. The clock is actually a reconstruction because the original was destroyed. They did keep the mechanics of the clock, which is in a separate display case. The more impressive part of the park is the view of Bursa. You'll get to see panoramic views of the city. It wasn't clear on the day that I went, but it was still worth it. Of course, you can also sit at a cafe overlooking Bursa. These are some of the prices at one of the cafes. As you can see, chai is 30 lira. On the hour, you'll notice people starting to line up around the tomb of Osman Ghazi. His tomb is guarded by the gerrymandered command of Bursa, and each hour they have a changing of the guard.
Haydi, al bayrağı, evet, devral.
Üste göl çökmedikçe, altta yer delinmedikçe, canımdan aziz bildiğim bu ol bayrak, senden de görünür.
Üste gök çökmedikçe, altta yer delinmedikçe, canımdan aziz bildiğim bal bayrak, sendedir gönlümdaşım.
Anamdan, atamdan, Erlan ve evlattan, kıymetli bildiğim al bayrağı. Pusatım, gök girsin kızıl çıksın ki, yanım pahasına, nerededir yanındaşım? Anamdan, atamdan, yardan ve evlattan, kıymetli bildiğim al bayrak. Pusatım, gök girsin kızıl çıksın ki, canım pahasına, bendedir yanındaşım. Nöbetiniz kutlu ve şerefli ola. Amin. Haydi. Sağ, şön, yalan yalan.
To enter the tomb, women do need to cover their head, so remember to bring a scarf. There are some that you can borrow, but I think those were just a collection of scarves that have been lost or forgotten. The tomb is an octagon shape. Inside, you'll see Osman Ghazi, along with 17 sarcophagi, his wife, and his son Aladdin. The tomb of Orhan Ghazi, who is also the son of Osman Ghazi, is in a separate building. He conquered Bursa in 1326. Inside, there are 20 sarcophagi and the tombs of his wife and children. After getting lunch, the rest of the day in Bursa was spent relaxing by the pool. Bursa is also famous for thermal water and hot springs. For dinner, it was time for another Indian restaurant. This one has a pretty cool menu, but it was more expensive than the restaurant from yesterday. I got a shrimp curry with rice, which was amazing. In the morning, it was time to head back to the ferry.
This looks terrible. You can't see anything. So much pollution, fog. To Istanbul.
Yay. Bye, Bursa. It's been real.
It's fun.
Maybe we'll come back another time.
Inshallah.